I'm making this video because I want to explain something to you. I have 2 Facebook pages and an Instagram page that I am pretty active on, and this YouTube channel. But the the Facebook page is at Griff Wild. So you put it at Griff Wild, you can get to it, John Griff Griffith. And the other one is Griff's Wild Tips, which is a group. So both of those pages are dedicated to keep it real, me trying to create wildlife conservationists, because I love wildlife and I want you to love wildlife too. And so I have like kind of a 3-part recipe or strategy, if you will, on how I want you to become a wildlife conservationist. And one of them is to be informed. So like to be informed of the issues that wildlife face, and there's a lot of them. So you can specialize in 1 or 2 or whatever. You don't have to get overwhelmed by it. Okay, so that's 1, be informed. 2 is practice empathy. So empathy is just like being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes or talons or paws or flippers, you know, whatever they have. And just to be able to relate to them and understand. And part of the best way to do that, probably the best way to do that, is to just get out and go camping like I am right now. Because this morning I was checking out beavers, otters, northern pygmy owls, screech owls, all from right here, this chair. Okay, and down there on the beach. So getting out and exploring nature helps you to understand wildlife and habitats, and helps you become more empathetic. So the first one was being informed. The second one is practice empathy. The third one is take compassionate action. So actually doing things that help wildlife in their habitats. And it could be super, super simple. A lot of people think it's going to be really complicated. Like you have to get on Greenpeace's boat, or you have to sit in a redwood tree for 2 years. And that's not the only ways you can be a wildlife conservationist. You can plant a native plant in a pot and put it outside your porch. That helps, as long as the plant is native to your area, because there's insects that have relationships with that plant, have had for thousands and thousands of generations. And so they've evolved for that plant. There's a lot of things that only can be on one type of native plant. So think about the monarch and milkweed, how monarch only lay their eggs on milkweed. There's a lot of associations like that in the insect world, lots of them. So by planting native plants, you're doing a big thing. So there's a whole range of things you can do to be a wildlife conservationist. And that's what I want to teach you. On my at Griff Wild, Griff Wild Tips group, that one I'm just focusing on the action part of the 3 strategies of becoming a wildlife conservationist. So, and you can share in there too, but if you share anything, I want to make sure that you understand that it's an action to take. You know, no pretty pictures of, look at this, you know, sandhill crane. That's wonderful, and I put that on my at Griff Wild page, but on my Griff Wild Tips page, it's got to be a what you can do. So like how to get rid of your lawn, alternatives to plastic, appropriate bird feeders, why not to feed wildlife so they become habituated. I know that's a sticky wicket. So is like cats, feral cats and stuff. But we discuss these things as compassionately as possible on my Griff Wild Tips page. So I would love it if you join that. Also, if you aren't sure how to become, hold on, it's coffee break real quick. This book by Dave Mizejewski from National Wildlife Federation. This is a great book to buy because I call it, the name of it is Attracting Birds, Butterflies, and Other Backyard Wildlife, but I call it the guide for do-it-yourself conservationists, because this tells you a lot of little things you can do in your yard, on your porch, in your balcony, or things you can get your city to do or your homeowners association to do, so that make a huge impact for wildlife. So this is a really good starter book. And I mean, I've been a wildlife conservationist all my life, and I totally enjoyed this book. In fact, I just ordered another copy because this one's getting too used. But, and I'm going to start doing taking sections out of this book and talking about them on my Griff Wild Tips page. Anyways, I just wanted to explain to you what the 2 pages were about. I'm going to go back to bird watching. And I hope you all get a chance to go outside. And remember, to be a good wildlife conservationist, you got to get informed of the issues. Be informed, okay? Be empathetic, all right? Practice empathy, not just for wildlife, but for people who are coexisting with wildlife. And to take compassionate action, because that's super, super important. We can't rely on someone else to save wildlife. We have to do it ourselves. And I want to help you.